nurses and all this stuff, the people who are heroes.
Like I said, my mom has some bad lungs too. So I gave him shit, and she was all right with him going, and I didn't understand why she was all right with him going. Like, you're gonna kill your grandmother, you're so fucking selfish, and I was horrible. I watched my neighbors, not even knowing. I know now that they're from both buildings. I didn't think they were the same family. I was like, COVID Nazi, and I called the landlord, and I said, they're all hanging out together, and like, they're gonna spread it everywhere, they're gonna catch it. I made a sign. The landlord had me print several and put them around the building. High-risk people live here. Don't touch pets. Don't, like, it was horrible. Like, don't touch other people's pets. Like, don't do this. I would walk with a Lysol wipe to open everything with a Lysol wipe. When I was going back and forth to the laundry, I'd Lysol wipe my hands in between everything before I touched everything. But when the vaccine came, and I was pro-vaccine, I'm not anymore, but that's a separate thing completely. But it was so soon, right? Like how? It just didn't make sense. So I was gonna wait and see. I still did all the same things. Lysol wiped everything. My grocery is like, I don't know what I've done to my body with all that crap. I'm more afraid of the shit I've put on me than the COVID, right? And where was I? See, I lost my train of thought now.
When the vaccine came
out. Okay, so it seemed like it was too soon, and how could they possibly know any long-term effects? And my dad would say, well, you know, they've been working on this for 10 years. But yeah, we now know, like I now know, as I'm sure everyone else does, that all those similar vaccines they've been working on, every single animal died. So this time, they skipped it, right? Like the humans that are having it, we are the animal trials right now. Yeah, and if all those animals died, and like since all this has happened, like we know a lot more of what's being found in them, and it's all really scary crap, right? Above and beyond the fact that it's killing you, weakening your immune system to make way for the stuff they're going to put in the boosters. But just the fact itself, like nobody will tell you what it is. People are saying, well, you didn't know what this was, that was, you did it in your body. Am I supposed to, they're telling me to stay stupid? Like, that's what it sounds like to me. Well, you didn't know what was in all those vaccines growing up. Well, one, I had no choice then, which if I had had any informed consent as a child and learned of this stuff, I'm sure I would have said no. But so I started coming with Michael, and I came to little things, and I just, for the people who know me, when I'm in, I am like, in. Peace and love. But, so I'm completely like, it was easy to see it for how it was. I always say it's like a kid lying. I believed it. I believed my kids when they lied until they kept adding more and taking it further and further and adding the most stupid embellishments. Like, how could you possibly believe it? Well, that's what's happened here, and I'm still in the angry phase of like how nobody can see this. I'm getting a little bit out of that. But yeah, and like, had I just jumped on the bandwagon and found this stuff out after, I don't even want, like, I can see why people don't want to admit what's going on, because they have to say, okay, I've put this in my body, I've put this in my kids. And if I say, okay, I see it now, then I have to deal with the fact of what I've done to myself and what I've done to kids and what I've tried to get other people to do and what I've shamed other people for not doing. And so I see why it's really, really hard to wake up. But just in the short time that I've been coming around, like, my card is one of the ones that it's all written. And what, maybe 3 months it's been written, not even? At first it was fingers and, oh, you and your whole family deserve to die. If you get COVID, the hospital shouldn't touch you, blah, blah, blah. All the same stuff I was saying way back then, right? I feel so bad. Like, I really should go apologize to a lot of people individually, I think. But now there's a lot more, like it says on the back, honk if you see the hope. So there's a lot more honking and there's a lot more waving and thumbs up. And I really, in such a short time, I see the tide turning. And like, the most important thing is just She went from, I'll go live homeless if they try to force me to get vaccine, and now she's got her second. And I think it's because my dad wants her to be able to travel and go bowling with her. And I showed her the video well before she got any of Biden and Fauci discussing, oh, maybe we should do the vaccine boosters every 5 months instead of the every anticipated 8. I showed her that, and she still got 2 boosters and said, oh no, or got 2 shots. And when I showed her a sticker, like 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4, something like that, she's like, well, I'm not getting any more. I've got my 2. I said, you watched us show you the video of the people making these decisions that they're thinking every 5 months. And then so people are getting it and they're looking at these boosters and they're regretting what they're doing. A friend of mine, he used to work with the military, and he's not in the military now, but they still reached out to him to appeal to his sense of duty for getting the shot. He got the shot, he pushed the shot on his family members, his whole household, his stepkids, they all have the shot. And then before I could no longer post on Facebook, he used to see everything I posted, and he's one of the few people that haven't told me to fuck off by now and left my life. But he goes, I'm checking all this information, none of the numbers add up. It's heartbreaking, right? It's wonderful to see people wake up, but it's heartbreaking. And my brother, he's kind of starting to see, and he's looking, he's like, so the wars, were they all, everything, I'm like, everything, yes, everything is planned, and everything is, there's an agenda behind everything from the beginning.
Yeah.
And it's great that people are seeing it, but it's heartbreaking, and I'm I'm one of the people, you've probably seen me in videos freaking out in the stores. I will no longer do group shots because that's not my strong suit anymore. And I recognize that I'm more of a harm to a movement, and my non-peaceful time is coming, I tell you that. But I'm trying to see the fact that, look where I was at, and I was being horrible to people, but I truly, truly believe that you guys were killing us. And I try to remember, as blatantly obvious as it is, other people truly, truly believe that we're killing them. And they truly believe we're going to go back to normal. As long as there's no normal, right? If there ever was a normal, it's gone. It's long gone. Yeah. We're making our new normal as we go.
Damn straight.
And the more people that say, I've heard so many people say, oh yeah, I don't believe it, but I just wear the mask so I don't want to have to deal with the stores. Well, I get it. It's easier. But you take the easy way through life and you're going to get fucked and you're going to have nothing. You're going to say, why did I wear that mask?
Yep.
Why did I let them make me stick poison in my body? So that way I could go bowling. I love my mother, right? I do. I love her. And I believe everybody needs to have the choice. But she went, I went from that side to this side, and she went from this side to that side, and I see that happening too, because people are sick of it. They're sick of the fight. They want to. It's hard. It's hard to try and prepare for a life that might happen in the life we're also living, because we're not 100% sure what area we're going to end up in.